Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me this evening. Today, I wish to speak to you about one of my journeys, another journey to Japan. This one was in 2013. This picture that you see behind me was one of my favorite. I took it during the time that was, I think it was end of March, beginning of April, where you can encounter the beautiful cherry blossoms, as you can see. Behind me, you have a little couple there and Mount Fuji. And at first, when I took it and I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks like a postcard. And since then, I cherish this photo very much. Um, I wanted to share with you one of my reasons for this, we call it Tozan pilgrimage. This one in particular, I decided to head on my own. Usually we go in groups and, and we share many of the ceremonies together. And it's very powerful, obviously, when you go with many people in the same practice. But in this one, I have the option as well to go on my own. And I did. And I didn't make any plans. I stayed there for 10 days, and all I did was basically make plans to go to the temple. The rest, I basically improvised, and I can talk about it some other time because there was a lot of beautiful moments uh, through Japan. Was able to use almost every form of transportation you can use. And basically, one of them was the bullet train. So that was pretty exciting. But the premise of this video, what I wanted to share, and it's something profound to me, is that even though I was going through a turmoil at that time, and it was 2003, obviously, that was the time that I went. As I was removing myself from there, meaning that I was going to physically go to another place, and this place was this beautiful scenario. I was able to leave a lot of those troubles behind, and it felt almost like nothing had happened. And it was a bit interesting to me to know that one can remove themselves from the environment where it's causing discomfort and pain, and practically almost alleviate a lot of that when going somewhere else where there's nothing there that reminds you of your environment. So that was something that made me ponder a lot. But with that said, the journey itself during that time allowed me space and less stimulus from where I was at, and enjoy a tranquility that was needed at that time in my life, as well as going through nature, learning about the culture, getting involved, in the ceremonies, and being able to put myself in a position of enjoying the atmosphere and this beautiful country. Um, Briefly, after being in the temple, I decided to move on, and I'll give you a little snippet. I went to Osaka, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that was north, and I apologize if I from Taisekiji to there. But it's another beautiful, busy city, and I was able to meet a mentor, a priest that was here in the U.S. and had moved to Japan. He had his temple there, and it was very heartwarming to see him again. And something about the Japanese people, and is that they're so grateful and so humble, and they do anything to make you feel comfortable in their country. But being that I am making these short videos, I wanted to again emphasize on that experience that I had, that the troubles that I at that moment, those 10 days I left behind, were very minuscule when I got there. And what I mean is that I was able to let go of those worries. And then I thought to myself, well, what happens when I go back? And, obviously it's been around 11 years since then, but it definitely made a shift on me, and it made me think profoundly that what we have as a problem, and we call it a problem, something, a situation, is merely inside. It's merely inside our heads. It's something that, yeah, it's I'm not saying it's your this situation or your problem is not true, but it's profoundly important to understand that we can take the situation and see it as, if I was able to move physically in a different environment and release that, how can I do it with being in the environment that initially created that situation? Or more so, I created it because, again, in this practice and some others as well, we are responsible for our situations in life. It's how we respond with depending on the perception that we have and beliefs that we have at that moment, is how we respond to our situation. So with that said, I honed in to that question: how can I maintain this peacefulness, this serenity that I got when I went on this trip, and bring it back to the US, where I was having, um, you know, uh, a little turmoil. So I took that and I did my best to change things in my environment where I was living in order to create that peace. And again, it's up to us, and we have to try to be patient with ourselves, try to find the means in which we can create that peace, so we can be happy and be joyful and help others. So I hope this short video of my 2013 journey to Japan can give you some insight and some nuggets of understanding of what we can do. So I'm open for any comments, and if you wish to chat, feel free to reach out to me. Take care and have a wonderful evening.